The wounded soldiers. Tell your neighbor, the wounded soldier. Do you have some wounded soldiers in the house tonight? Hallelujah. You see, many of us here are wounded. We have wounds we can't show anyone. We have wounds we can't express. Many of us were born with those wounds. Many of us got it on the way. And the worst thing about this kind of wound is that nobody sees it. Nobody knows about it. And you may not have help. You see, when things happen, something happened to you on the outside, it attracts help. But when it happens in the inside, how do you get help? How? Many of us, that wound won't heal. That's the truth. That particular wound won't get healed till we die. Many, it will take so long. Many of us will get over that wound till the day we die. And for many of us, it will take so long. If every one of us here want to show us our wounds here, we won't go today. I think we will cry. But I've come to tell you, don't worry. God knows about it. Jesus knows all about our struggle. He will guide till the day is come.
There's not a friend like the lowly Jesus. No, not one. No, not one.
Some of us have been mocked because of that wound. Some of us have become an object of reproach because of that wound. A wound nobody knows anything about. A wound they don't know how we got it. But they tend to mock us with it. Listen. Every man that has been defeated is a strong man. Because until you fight, you can never be defeated. You were not defeated at home. You were defeated at the battlefront. Count it joyful that at least you fought. If you don't win today, you'll win tomorrow. Every man that failed today failed because they tried something. You can't talk about failure without struggle. It is only when you struggle to do something that you fail. You are better off than someone that have never tried and failed before. It is a wound. Many does not know the story behind that wound. That's why they're mocking you. That's why they're doing what they're doing to you. They don't know. But keep moving. Strong men are not made at home. Strong men are not made at home. They are made and known at the battlefront. In the battlefront, you will meet people that are mightier than you, stronger than you. There are times you fight and your back will be on the ground. Get up. Because it is a fight. There are times you fight and there will be a big blow. Get up. Because it is a fight. You may not always win the battle of life. Because it definitely outlifts us. You may not always win the battle of life. That's what I'm saying. Some may die with that wound. Oh, there are people today that have a wound, not because they were reckless and careless, but because they need to stand in for some people to live. You got that wound where you were trying to defend the family. You got that wound when you were trying to change the narrative of that family. That's when you got that wound. You got that wound when you were trying to preserve the memories of that family. When you were trying to make sure that the next generation will not see what you have seen. That's when you got that wound. Be strong. You're not a coward. A coward will live to show the son of a brave man his father's grave. Coward seems to live longer because they have nothing to fight. What use is your life if it has no resources, no substance, no results, and nothing to show? What kind of life is that? So a coward will live long to show the son of a brave man his father's grave. Stay strong. You are not a coward. That's why you have that wound. That wound one day will speak for you. When men will be called, strong men, fighters will be called. When the announcement comes, it won't be people at home. It will be people that have been wounded. People that have something to show. In other words, your wound is the evidence of your survival. Your wound is what? The evidence of your survival. That's how we know what you have gone through. The price you have paid. Keep hiding it. Keep covering it. Keep moving. You see some firstborn that are wounded. They have wounds because they wanted their younger one to go to school. They are wounded because they wanted food on the table. And life is mocking at them. They had the chances. They had the chances to escape that wound. But what will happen to these ones? Some of us today are wounded because we don't want the tears of yesteryears to flow again now. We were born into tears, into lack, into suffering. I said, it cannot continue in my generation. And the wound comes. Trying to pave the way, you meet some wrong people. Trying to pave the way, you meet some mighty and strong men. Trying to pave the way, you meet with wars that you cannot fight. And you end up going home with that wound. Stay strong. You're not a coward. You are a soldier. Don't let the mockery of that wound make you look back. It is too late to look back. Keep moving forward. There are some men today that are wounded just so that the family can eat. There are some men today that are wounded just so that the family can survive. There are some women that are wounded just so that marriage can work. Wounded in it, bitterly. But this thing must work. Every one of us here has that. Every one of us. Different forms. Every one of us. Mine is stay strong, for you're not a coward. There are people that have never fought and have never attempted to fight because they're afraid to lose. But you took up that courage to fight. You are strong. I salute all of you. Don't let anything pull you back from where you have left behind. It is too late. Keep moving. You read the book of Jeremiah chapter 30, 17 to 18. You have all the encouragement you need as a man. Jeremiah 30, 17 to 18. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, said the Lord. Because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus said the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling place. And the city shall be builded upon our own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. I know the blow you have received. Some of us, you wouldn't have been here if you were to be selfish. If you were to be selfish, you wouldn't have been here. You would have lived a better life. Of course, you would have had everything you wanted and just live your life. But how about others? Will you remember others? Your children, your siblings, your family, where you're coming from. It's not because you are careless or reckless. It's because you are loving and kind. You are a good person. You see, sometimes good people tends to have more wounds. Good people tend to do what? Have more wounds. Because when you do good and the good is not reciprocated, you get hurts. And it's painful, naturally painful. No matter how you're going to turn it. When you do good, keep doing good, but it is not reciprocated. It creates a scar, a wound. Let that not stop you from doing good. Tell your neighbor, let no one, let nothing stop you from doing good. No one. Nothing. You see, anything close to Jesus receive attack. My father will say this, let me quote. It seems to be that the trouble we have, the problem we face every day is equal to our closeness to God. The problem, the trouble we face every day seems to be equal to what? Because Satan does not fight empty people. Satan does not just fight people. He fights men of substance. He goes after people that has what to offer. Because he knows that if he gets you, everyone wired around you is gotten already. So stay strong. Don't always forget, it's not all about you alone. It's about people that are wired. If you fail today, 100 people will fail. By the arrangement of destiny. If you succeed today, 100 people will succeed. Look at today. The governor just manifested. He wasn't a governor right from beginning. But there is a predestined handwriting and script that one day this man will become what? Everyone that were wired, everyone that were following him by destiny, I've seen lights. That's why even as a governor, he will forget some people. You get my point? He can forget you. In short, even when he sees you, he cannot do anything for you. Because by destiny, you are not in that lineage. You get my point? It's not because I know him. You can know him and you get angry. This man, we grew up together. No, you only knew him. But according to manifestation of destiny, you are not part. Maybe there were 200 people. Can I tell you something? The 200 people were still poor until he became the governor. The earnest expectation of creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. Make sure in all you do, you manifest. Everyone that are part and that are part of that lineage now, automatically light has come. Do you understand the explanation now? So when you fail, it's not all about you. There are people that will fail because you have failed. So when you want to fail, say no. No. If I fail, I will fail a generation. I will fail destinies. Stand up. Keep moving. Let the wound be there. It is your testimony. There are people today that have not manifested yet. They have not seen any good thing because you two are struggling. The only thing they need right now in their life is not prayers and fasting. It's you to manifest. Someone is here somewhere right now suffering because you have not entered that business and have that money to remove that person from that poverty. No matter how he prays, nothing will happen. Because by the arrangement of destiny, one person must manifest and the rest will follow. See that wound? Cover it properly. Keep moving. It is not all about you. There are so many persons that are praying for your manifestation. They wish you manifest tomorrow. Don't fail. Tell your neighbor, don't fail. Tell your neighbor, be intentional about it. Don't fail. Because if you fail, you will fail a generation. But you have fought for 2 years, nothing happened. Keep fighting. We can only have one winner. And it's your choice to say, to be the winner, or let the other person be the winner. It is your choice. As long as you keep fighting, there's hope. Cover that wound. As I said, is there anything that looks like wound in your life? Don't feel miserable about it. Don't be discouraged and be depressed. Stand up! You got it at the battlefront. When you went to fight, people stood behind. They backstopped. And you went to the front line and fought. If you did what they did, you wouldn't have been here. If you were a coward like they, you wouldn't have been there. But he said, no, let me fight. Every time you fight, you may either be knocked down, be blown, be defeated, etc. It doesn't mean that you are weak. It shows that you have tried something. You can't talk about a trophy without a race. You must race to win. You can't talk about victory without contention. It is not possible. Stay strong. Stay strong. Let that family walk. Let that narrative change. Let that story change. It is too early for you to rest. The day you die, you have all the time to rest. I've been saying that, right? It is too what? It's too early. When you die, you have all the time to rest. For now, you keep walking. Except you are not intentional about life. Don't forget, life is not fair to failures. So. The world is very cruel to failures. And don't want to be part of them. You will explain tire, nobody will hear you. Somebody hearing me now? You will explain, you'll be tired. Nobody cares. Cover your wound. And don't think that you're the only one that has a wound. Many people have covered theirs. Cover your own. Keep moving. You don't know when the story will change. You read Jeremiah 8:22. It says, is there no balm in Gilead? have suffered a lot. You have gone through a lot. Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people? Many of us have asked these questions indirectly. When will I? When will this happen? When will that happen? When will all this happen? You are right. Like I said last week. You are what? You are right. Every man will do this. No matter how strong you appear, you will one day ask, when will I come out of this? When will this story change? When will I also have my testimony? When will I also do this? When will I also... It is your right to ask. Of course, you need to ask. But you see, the Lord has promised us a thing. And that assurance is that we're going to have an expected end, no matter what happens. Is somebody hearing me now? Be determined and be intentional. And don't forget that nature itself, creation itself is waiting for your manifestation. And if you don't manifest, you know exactly what will happen. There are millionaires that doesn't have money yet because you have not manifested. There are people that are still struggling because you have not manifested. So think again. It's not all about me. It's about others. What will happen to the 100 people? What will happen to the 200 people? Cover your wound and keep going. May God bless His word in Jesus Christ's name.